So crazy to think that we were just out there. I put out that piece of apple for you. Enjoy.
Poop. So we say poop. Never heard this word.
Okay. You were saying moisture. I thought that was a nicer word than poop.
Yeah, I also can say poop.
My name is Rebecca-Louise, and I'm a fitness entrepreneur, an advocate for animal welfare, and an ambassador for Four Paws. I am on a journey visiting my friends at Four Paws across the globe and seeing all the amazing work they do for animal welfare worldwide. Today we have arrived in the alpine town Arosa in Switzerland. It is the place to go skiing and it has the most beautiful nature. I mean, the mountains here are just unbelievable. And not only that, it is the home to the very first bear rescue sanctuary here in Switzerland. Let's go take a look. The view here is just incredible. Like, you can literally just look out the window and you can see the bears around in their sanctuary. It really is just absolutely beautiful. You've got all the mountains peeking out through the mist, so this is definitely not something to miss. Arosa Bear Sanctuary is currently home to 4 rescued brown bears. In an area of 3 hectares, they can roam around massive outdoor enclosures and rediscover their natural behaviors.
I'm so excited to interview and chat with Alexandra Mandoki, who is the Four Paws country manager here in Switzerland. Alexandra, it's so great to meet you, and this place is incredible. You've done amazing things.
Thank you so much, and welcome, Rebecca. We are so glad having you here.
What is the criteria for these bears to be able to live in this sanctuary here in Switzerland?
Well, our work relies on sustainable animal welfare. That means that we only work in countries where we can work for a change. That means that measures are basically put in place so that illegal keeping or not species appropriate conditions are forbidden. So we only want to work in countries where after a while we are not needed anymore because no bear is kept in illegal circumstances.
Tell me a little bit about that process of rescuing an animal and what that looks like and what it feels like.
It's a very, very lengthy process. It actually starts months, sometimes years before the rescue can happen. Because first we need either the authorities to authorize every step, and you can imagine that not every authority is always knowing what to do with the rescue of a brown bear, because that doesn't happen actually often. Parallel, there is already a lot of organization done for the logistics. What we like to use most in this task of a bear rescue is our bear ambulance, the team of Bulgaria, which is specialized not only in their skills and team setup, but also in their vehicle to do long distance and shorter distance transport for bears. And then we need veterinarians to be on board to actually accompany the bears on the journey. It takes approximately double the time than it usually would take any distance. Crossing a border needs also a lot of pre-discussion. We need to have a certain authority being present so they let the brown bear come into Switzerland. And usually we do already our first little hooray when they cross the border to Switzerland. The last track is just to climb the hill to Arosa so they can come into this gorgeous place.
As we head inside to take shelter from the alpine cold, Alex shows me around the exhibition area in the main building of the sanctuary.
This exhibition is just a reminder of all the things that are still happening to our bears all throughout the world. You know, especially in circuses, you can see some of here, these are the things that they put over their faces. This is actually one of the original skirts that they are wearing in the circus. You can see a whole video here of this poor bear doing so many different activities just for human entertainment. And as you come up here, you can also see the fiddle. And this is actually a fiddle that they use to teach bears how to dance. They put hot coal underneath their feet, gets them to move up and down, and then once they take the hot coal away, they put them into a public area. They use the sound and the bears keep on moving their feet up and down. So, you know, you really get to see the extent of the animal conditions and situations that these bears have been put through. But the great thing is, obviously, as soon as this sanctuary comes into place, you know, they take them out of those situations and they bring them to this beautiful sanctuary here in Arosa.
Next, I catch up with Dr. Hans Schmid, the scientific director at Arosa, to learn more about the residents of the sanctuary.
And the aim in Arosa is to give the bears a second good life, a species-specific life. And we can educate the people, we can explain about animal protection, about conservation, and the guests are very interested.
So some people feel like, okay, the bears have been rescued from human captivity, they've been rescued from circuses. Why can't you just put them back in the wild? Why do they need to come to a place like this?
Yeah, we can't bring them to the wild because they are confident, comfortable with human beings. And so if we would let them go into the wild, they would go to the villages, eat garbage, and then there is a potential of conflict with the humans. Therefore, they stay in this protected area.
I see.
I join Hansi downstairs where he shows me what goes on behind the scenes at Arosa each day. First, we need to let the bears out into their outdoor enclosure so we can scatter seeds and nuts in their indoor area. Then we'll let the bears back in to scavenge for their morning snack. But as with everything, there are things to bear in mind.
We never give food directly. We never call the name and give food, never. So they learn we are neutral, and they learn to behave as a bear. Okay, closed. Closed. Now we can spread food in the stables.
How often do you feed them?
2-3 times a day.
2-3 times a day.
The main food is in the morning now.
Yep.
And then the late morning, the early afternoon. And the idea is that the bears search for food the whole day, like in nature.
Yeah.
So now we go to spread the food together. Just throw it in.
Just chuck it in?
And it's very difficult to find, to search for it. Yeah.
And how often do you have to clean out this, like, how often do you have to clean this? Every day you clean it out?
The inside stable every day, yeah.
It's like desperate for one. Okay.
Perfect.
That is a lot louder than I thought it
Now
was
we
gonna
go
be.
in to open the gates. Now they know we come.
Now they know.
While they've been busy snacking in their indoor enclosure, I join Hansi outside to scatter chopped up root vegetables to keep the bears busy looking for food all morning.
Just
Oh, okay.
spread it as much as you can.
He'll be spreading out their food so that they can come and find it today. And this happens 3 times a day, apparently.
Hansi surprises me with one last job before my shift was over. A slightly less sophisticated task.
Now Rebecca, you have to remove the pup in the outside enclosure. You just can take this vehicle,
scoop it up.
stretch it into this shower.
Okay. You were saying moisture. I thought that was a nicer word than poop.
No, I also can say poop. Perfect.
It's funny looking poop.
Bear poop.
Yeah, bear poop.
Yeah, that's quite okay.
So you just do it like where it's close, because the rest of it is like nature, right?
Yeah, the rest is
nature. So yeah.
And now we finished work in the outside enclosure. The food is spread.
Yep.
We cleaned the part near the action place, and so we're gonna make it accessible for the bears.
Okay.
And now next check. Yeah, these doors closed. This is closed, and now you see the bears are in the stable.
Since I'm now an honorary bear caretaker, after we let the bears back outside, Hansi tells me more about exactly what the sanctuary provides for them.
Their fur must be so thick to keep them so warm.
Yeah, they are adapted to these temperatures. You know, Arosa, that's natural environment of bears, evolution.
So these bears are 2 or 16 or 2 or 18 years old, correct?
Yeah.
And how long do bears live?
Yeah, they can live up to 30 years.
Okay. Wow. So that's great that most of their life is going to be spent.
Second half of the life is in a
here.
natural area.
Yeah.
Yes. For example, Maimo and Amelia, they lived for 13 years in a small cage of 60 square meters, concrete and iron, and the whole day they were only waiting for food. They had nothing other to do. And they waited for food, and in between they showed disturbed behavior. They walked along a fence the whole day along this side, and that's disturbed behavior.
And what kind of environment were they in? They were at somebody's restaurant, house, like where were they living?
They were living beside a restaurant in the cage of 60 square meters. Only no natural stimuli, only concrete and iron. The main job was to wait.
To wait, and so they were like an attraction for the restaurant.
Yeah.
So the restaurant would utilize them.
The owner of the restaurant, he bought Amelia and Maimo on the illegal market as pups. The first time in their life, grass under the paws was in Arosa.
And once the bears got used to their new home, their personalities began to develop.
Yeah, they have different personalities like in human beings. Maimo is a very quiet male. He's interested in searching for food, don't search for problems, but if there is a problem, he will resolve it. And for example, Jamila, she has a need to have anything under control. She's a little control freak.
Right. So you were telling me, Hansi, that there's like a hierarchy within the 4 bears that are here. How do they decide like who is the leader?
We let them together. They see, oh, the other one is stronger, but they decide where is the dominant bear. And at the moment, Maimo is dominant over Jamila. There is no problem because the hierarchy is clear. They decided. Sam is the most dominant bear.
Yeah, he's the leader right now.
He's the leader. All the other 3 bears, they have to go him out of the way. But we have such a big area that's no problem for the bears.
With winter quickly approaching, it would seem like the perfect time to start getting ready for hibernation.
They start to hibernate in winter time about end of November until the middle of April, 4.5 months.
So when they're in captivity, they're working in circuses, they don't have any hibernation.
All the bears that arrived in Arosa, they didn't make hibernation this time. But in Arosa, they have the possibilities to hibernate.
Yes.
They have hollows, they have caves, and that's an innate behavior. That's an instinct.
Wow.
And because they have the opportunities here, they just do it.
They just do it.
Yeah. And then they don't eat, they don't drink for 4.5 months.
Wow. And when they're hibernating outside, are they underneath a cave or a rock, or?
Yeah, they grab a cave.
Yeah.
Amelia slept in a cave 3 meters under the snow.
Oh, wow.
And we couldn't saw her for 4.5 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous?
It was strange for me.
Yeah,
because I had no control.
You want to check? Are you still awake? Are you still alive?
I also want to be. What about Amelia? And we couldn't see her.
Yeah.
But from my heart, I was a little bit nervous.
Yes.
But from my brain, I knew that Amelia was healthy, and I knew that she had enough fat.
Right. Yes.
And then there is no problem to hibernate.
Yeah.
But it was strange for me the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after a busy yet informative time at the sanctuary, it's time for me to say goodbye to Arosa. Well, I had the most incredible time here in Arosa, Switzerland, my very first stop with Four Paws and seeing their bear sanctuary. I mean, it's just so exciting to see what Four Paws are doing all over the world. So do not forget to subscribe to the channel, to like the video and share, because we're going to be taking you to a couple of other countries and sharing the amazing work that Four Paws are doing with our amazing sanctuaries around the world. So hit that subscribe button, make sure you like, share with a friend, and remember that we are all about animal welfare worldwide.